everybody. Welcome to Astrology and Psychic Readings with Lady D. So I'm your host for this half an hour, Lady D. I'm sure you've all had a fabulous week that's passed. It's been interesting. We did have that conjunction that we had with Chiron and the Sun in the middle of the week. I know for myself, I did feel that where just certain things just not going right. And I feel like it was kind of like that for other people too that I could see. But now we've got some other positive conjunctions that are coming up this week, which is really, really good. And then my exciting news that I had is that so my cake that I decorate every year, I put in the cake for the Easter show and I came second. It's not a real cake, it's just on cake decorating, and I have printed it out. So I have got on my social media if you want to have a closer look, or if you're going to Sydney Royal Easter Show, go and check out the cake. So these are some pictures of my cake. I have a client and she contacts me when she's sort of worried or stressed out, and she was worrying when I was doing this and putting it together, and she was calling me. She'll call me up randomly and just be like, "Oh, can you give me a reading?" And I always tell her no. And this time I was like, "No, go do my cake." And she was like, this cake must be a good cake," but she doesn't get it. It takes a lot of time and a lot of patience for me to do that work, and it's also rushed with my other things that I have going on that I've got to do. But I get it done, and and I feel really good once I get the achievement there too. So it just, if you push through, and I am aiming for first, so hopefully next year I will get a first place, hopefully. But that's my big exciting news. So if you're in the Royal Sydney Easter Show, go and check out my cake that came second. So I was there last night, and I was talking to people that were going past, and I could hear the comments about my cake, and even some people were saying that I should come first, and I just felt even more prouder. But go and check it out. Okay, so this week, what we've got going ahead. On Tuesday and Wednesday on the 12th, we've got Jupiter that's going to conjunct the Sun. So this is going to be a really, really good transit. You might be hearing some really good news on this day, or things just might be falling into place, going to plan. Jupiter is luck. The Sun represents your life, so it's going to be a luck conjuncting with your life. So that's going to be a really positive transit that you have there. And it is going to be a time where doors are also going to be opening up for you as well. Things that you may not have planned for may come into fruition as well with that. It's just an opportunity and plans for it's luck. And I feel like there's going to be things that are going to be revealed coming on the surface as well to you. And we've also got Venus, which is going to be coming into Gemini this week. So with Venus coming into Gemini, we do have some energy. Gemini is about being social. Whenever you meet a Gemini, I find that they are fun people. They're youthful people. They like to learn. They know a lot about different things. You can have a conversation with them about anything because they like to know and like different things. And they're good working with young people as well, with such Geminis, and they are good networkers. So they're all about networking too. They're natural networkers, but the only thing with them is they never feel like they know enough. Even though they have this sponge or this thirst for knowledge, and they could go to the highest point they could possibly go to, and still never think they know enough about that subject. But we've got Venus coming into this sign. So with Venus is our love, it's our money. So this is where we could be looking at growing our networks to do with our money, our financial status, or where we're going to invest. We're looking at different ideas and who can we network, who can we partner up with to help us that. You might be focusing more on the youth or young person. Maybe you're a young person yourself trying to, discover new things. There's also relationships here. So we could be looking at forging relationships, different relationships, again, using our networks, using social scene, or where we're going through in our, with our own people that we know through our own networks, but also being more social. This aspect can also you feeling more social. You want to go out more, do things. You want to, start doing some more networking. We've only got about a couple more weeks before we've got the Mercury retrograde, and we've got also an eclipse happening too. So we've got some big things happening this month. So we always say get things done or get things started before Mercury retrograde. So having this Venus in this Gemini, it's definitely a good time to start things and start planning things before Mercury goes into retrograde. Because when Mercury goes into retrograde, things may not go according to plan. So, and we always get things coming up, and I feel like it will be in Taurus too that it goes retrograde. So it is going to be looking at your money and financials. And it could be also linked in with the Venus, because Taurus and Venus are linked. So we've also got some squares happening here with the Pluto and the nodes. So here the node is our life lesson, or I call them like destiny points. So it's sort of where we're heading. So you've got the north and you've got the south node. They're always opposite each other in the charts. So the south node is sort of where we're going away from. The north node is where we're going to. So it's in Taurus and we got Scorpio. But having this conjunction or the square that's happening with Pluto, when it's going to feel like a change in destiny here. There's a change. What we feel like we might be sort of old reliable might not be reliable anymore, because when you're looking at this Tauruses are reliable. They're the same. They don't like change. So it's like old reliable. And you've got Uranus in this house where things may not be as reliable anymore. And something that I've been thinking about today, and everyone I talk with different people too, and some people that you talk to, you have certain conversations with them. I try to sort of be careful sometimes, because people will sometimes think, oh, that you're crazy. That would never happen. That will never happen. And then today I was listening to an astrologer that I listened to, and he was mentioning about the Titanic, and I was like, just had like a light bulb moment, a thought that people think that everything's going to stay the same, or that everything's going to be okay, that nothing will change, we just everything's going to be fine, or as long as we maybe hold a crystal and don't put back a bad energy out there, it's going to be fine. Well, life has to happen, things have to happen, the world's changing. And when the Titanic was here, everyone was like, it's the unsinkable ship. That's how it came out. It's not going to sink. It's the unsinkable ship. Nothing's going to happen to this ship. Well, as we know today, things happened to the ship. It didn't make it. It sank. And even the way it was punctured, it was very, I don't feel like I think from my memory, I don't think it was a very straightforward thing. It was a bit unusual in the way it designed. So we never, always think that, no, that's not going to happen, because what you think is not going to happen could very well happen in life. We just don't know, especially with the energies, with the planets that we have. This week is going to be, I feel like, a pretty good week, but we've also got underlining things that we also have to prepare for. So what I've got also coming up for this week, I've got look at where the world is heading to decide if you're in the right spot. And you want to look deeper through things. Don't let others decide things for you. I feel like this is an important one, because I got the next one about taking responsibility. Take responsibility and ownership for yourself and your own problems. So don't blame people. We've got this Chiron energy that's in Aries. So this is about poor me a little bit here, because I always say the stronger energies, when you've got the stronger energies and you've got these other planets that these pain things can bring in, it's like when the giant falls, it falls hard. So it's this week, it is about taking responsibility for yourself and what you're doing too. But don't let other people make decisions for you. Have an input and make sure you want to know where you're heading. Okay, this is not a time to put blinders on. But here it's time to question everything about our reality where we're in, and even your own life, your own thoughts is very important. Because we are got that Mercury in Taurus here. That's going to be coming up this week with Uranus next week. We got here, spend time with who is important to you. Got, don't worry about what you can't control. Instead, be prepared. Don't listen to people. And I've got here in power. I'm going to see people in power. So I feel like in certain Could be looking at governments or people that, where people are meant to sort of follow. Sometimes it's good to question things. I always think it's good to question things. Don't just follow blindly. Look at other possibilities beyond reality. So think about, what things could happen and are you prepared? Let things fall in place. Don't push if it is not working. Sometimes we want to push something and we push something, and I've been there and done it myself, where really trying to push something and make things work when it's just not the time. It's just not going to happen. You get fined, you get blocked. And then sometimes when you just leave that situation or you come back to it, it will just fall into place. Even with my cake, I started to get very stressed out with the wheels, trying to stick them in, they were breaking. And then my sister came over and she just sort of put me at ease, and she just spent a little bit on it with me, and she helped me a little bit, and it worked. It worked, but sometimes you got to take a step back before doing it. Got here. Now look at being able to look at growing ideas. I was seeing plant to this, so I don't know whether or not could be you're starting your own garden, but I was still thinking your ideas. So don't just think about things, start growing them, thinking about how you can put them in practice and how you can start it and make a time frame and start getting on there and doing it. Got here, don't follow the crowd. When we've got this Pluto that's coming into Aquarius, it's not about following everyone else. Aquarian's about being different, it's about being unusual. So, don't be afraid to speak up or to be different. And especially with this Pluto in Aquarius, we're getting this little taste of. It's very important for that. It's time to make moving plans. But here, love is in the air for those looking in the right places. So there could be love coming up, especially with this Venus coming into Gemini in certain social situations. There's definitely love is in the air. Don't be afraid to starting again. Sometimes we have to start again with things. So let's go to the caller. Let me just see here. Liz here. So Liz in Green Bay. So hi, Liz. How can I help you?
Hi. I'm just wondering if everything's going to be going good in the next few months, and will me and the girls relocate?
Okay. I feel like July. The relocation could be in July, or looking to start the process in July. Just first I got a no, but then I just heard July. Let's have a look here. I feel like you want to move, we're sort of desperate to get out of it where you are. I feel like I can see holes, so I don't know if there's people picking holes in your plans, or things aren't going to your plan of where you're going, but I feel like you're wanting to move somewhere nicer. I just heard that you're wanting to go somewhere nicer, and that you're very brave. Very brave.
Yes, right.
Okay. I feel like where you are, it's a bit dingy. I feel like where you're going to, there's going to be more nature around you as well. I feel like, or where I'm having to drive around. I'm driving through nature, so I feel like where you're going to go, there's greenery around you. Could even be some sort of country town. There is celebration around you, and I feel I'm going into September as well, where the celebration is going to happen for you, where it is more of a positive set for you and your family. You are going to get it together. It's like where you are now, you're having to fight off people, or people, you don't listen to people who are being negative or trying to tell you what to do. You need to follow your own instincts, because I feel like what you're feeling and where you know to go is correct. You've got too many around you, I feel like, telling you, and I just need to block them out and to just stare. It's like I need to ignore them. It's like the world is your oyster here, that I feel like. So,
what about with your upcoming court date? Sorry, not to cut you off.
It's okay. What was that question?
Do you pick up anything on these coming up court dates?
Sorry, your niece? Oh, court date. Okay. Okay. That's okay. All right. So you got an court. You got a court date. You got a court case coming up here. Okay.
Yeah, I have one, and then my ex-husband is still facing one for something else.
Okay. I'm hearing don't settle. I mean, I'm not a lawyer, but I can tell you what I see, what I hear. I'm just hearing don't go for second best. Like don't like you need to go to where you're comfortable. And I feel like this is maybe where I'm hearing, but they're not listening. Like I'm all confused. But I heard the word not just like don't settle. Don't settle. Okay. Is this like a criminal? Is this to do with something that's like a criminal thing or?
Yeah, it is criminal, yeah.
Okay. Because I feel like you're in the right. There's someone else in the wrong here. I feel like your side is the right side. I feel like and the other side is very dark. I feel like this is part of the reason why you need to move as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I keep thinking July, so I feel like July. So where you're living at, do you own this place? Because I feel like you were putting up for sale.
Yeah, it's an apartment, and yes, most definitely. Like when I was trying to get away from him and stuff like this, and that he found out where we lived, and he just won't let me alone. So he was breaking a lot of laws. Yeah, so that's about the lawyer.
Okay. All right. So what I get for you is that I feel like July is putting maybe a for sale sign up, and then September. I feel September could be the move, where things are sold for you. But I feel like look, there is celebration here. So I do get celebration, as I said, September. So I feel like there's going to be a celebration for you. So you need to hold on until September. It is going to be. And you might feel like that you're a bit of a hermit here, that you are so alone, even though you're not alone. You are someone that's very protective of you and your family. And I feel like at all costs you will protect them. And you might feel like you're the little person here. But I just feel like that there is also justice coming for you as well. Or justice will be calling for you. Know you're hidden. There's a strength for you that's very hidden. But you're protecting yourself here. You're being prepared. And I feel like July is where you've got to come out fighting here in July as well. But you're going to break through this. You're going to be okay. And you just need to, you've got to show you're going to have to show confidence. You're going to have to hide your fears, and you're going to have to try and show some sort of confidence here as well. Even though I feel like I feel very nervous. I feel like very nervous. I've got very anxiety here. But I just feel like you need to put a brave face on. And I know you can do it. Okay. And I wish you all the luck. I keep on getting July and September for you. July and September keep on coming up for me for you. And you're just going to be brave.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you so very much for your time.
That's okay. I hope I've helped you. We'll go to the next caller now. So now we've got here, and wish you all the luck too. Got Carolina, who's in Karina, who's in she's in Lavia in Indiana, in India, America. Okay. Hi, how are you?
Hello, I'm fine, thank you.
Okay. How can I help you today?
I have a couple questions. I do not understand. I keep facing financial challenges. I have a good job. I make a good living, but I keep running into a lot of financial challenges.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know at the moment. I think we're all heading in this direction. And it's gonna for you. Let's have a look for you and see when things are going to clear. I feel like for you, once you feel like you're sort of out of the clear, something else comes in. It's like I see like you'll feel like, oh, I can breathe, or I'm finally sort of in the clearing, but then something else drops. So it's like a continuous sort of like cycle, like up and down here, for you in your. So when things are gonna look, I feel like. I know we're in April now, but I feel like I'm counting my money. I'm counting everything. I'm putting things in different bundles. So if you're sorting things out and you're budgeting, like what you need to spend, for where. Do you have your own business as well? Is there a business side of this as well?
I have a small. I have some land, and it brings in an income.
Okay.
In addition to my regular job.
Okay, so her business. Okay. Okay. I feel like over the next few months that might actually flow a bit more smoother. I feel like you're going to be working more on that to help the income to build it up to go through. I feel like at your other job, your work, I feel like you're due. I'm going to say by the end of the year, even by perhaps November, I feel like I need to I'm getting a bonus or some sort of pay rise there to help out with. And it's about the rise in the cost of living. I also feel like there's a lot of fear coming here for you. Like I'm very nervous about what's going on, but you're planning everything to come. I feel like next year is going to be a better year for you. Again, getting this card, what came out and it's about celebration, but I got there might be more next year for you than this year. This year, it's like you're counting, you're going to stay above the line. So I can see you staying above the water, but you're paddling the water. So this year, you are going to be staying above that water, so head above the water. I feel like you as a partner here, so I feel like it's you and someone else that's connected with this too, that's going to help each other out as a partnership formed with this. There is going to be a part where you are November even could be a new job coming up for you. It even could be a new job because I feel like there's also an aspect of you walking away from something here. And I just feel like this is also linked to that celebration I could see in November. So I do feel like there could be a new job or new opening up, something else, because I am wanting to walk away. But I feel like that business thing, that other thing that you've got is staying. Because I feel like that I want to work more in that, or I'm planning more. Is where the planning's also come in. It's to do with that side to try and prop it up a bit too. I feel like we're looking at putting your money in different places. I feel like you're looking at different places to invest in your finances as well. And you know what's because you have these feelings. I feel like you've got these feelings, like things are coming in, and you've got these feelings, and you're trying to really push back to where things are coming to where you need to be. And it's like you got to get off this cycle that you're in. You're in this cycle, like a round cycle. You got to get off this cycle too, as well. Because I feel like in your current place, your current job you're doing, you should be paid more. I feel like you're not paid enough. You should be paid more. I know you get paid well, but I just feel like there's an imbalance here at the job, and I do feel like you're being overlooked, and that you're taking on responsibility, but you're being overlooked, and that could even be coming around June, July for you, where it's like you want to put your hand up, like to be noticed, but they're not noticing you, and this could prep or change you to go to do something else, to look to do something else. Are you working in government or law?
No.
Okay, what do you do for your work?
I am dealing with that right now with my farm. So.
Oh, so you are dealing with like legal, like law and or government. Okay. Okay. Is there also been injustice with you as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
With my farm.
Okay. It's like I was seeing Donald Trump, so that's why I said that, because I was seeing Donald Trump, so I knew it was like trying to work out why I was seeing that, and then I was like trying to put it into place. I keep on hearing, "Don't worry." I just see the sun coming up for you. I just feel like this card is worth sending out, and I know it's hard when I say "don't worry," and it's hard because you're going through these financial challenges and these other things that are going in your life, and it's like, oh my god. But this card's worth sending out to me, and I just feel like by February next year, things have opened up for you more, and it's like the light sort of shining on you more too, and you can breathe again. And it's like everything that's happened to you in these past, I'm going to say 2 years, it's like you can put it in a box and put in a box, pack it up, and put it away, and not have to deal with it. But I feel like it's going to be till February next year to when you can do that, because there's still more that's going to be coming up that you're going to have to deal with. But financially, you are going to get through it. You might think it's going to be tough, but I just see you as, like I said, like treading water. I can see you like in the water here, and you're like dog paddling, trying to keep your head above the water. And I know your head's not going to go down. So I know you're going to be okay as well. Next year also, I feel like holiday for you next year as well. I feel like you're going to go to Hawaii or somewhere that's tropical. I'm seeing a girl with the big flower in her hair, but I feel like it's more 24 than this year. And it's going to be like a well-deserved break that you need to just, I feel like, relax. So I feel like you're going to be doing a lot of shopping there as well, too, to get some nice things as well. But I feel like with you, just try and stay positive. I do get feeling a bit emotional, so I feel like you are getting quite down with this. And I just feel like you just need to be emotional. You just need to say, try and stay positive. Try and stay positive for you.
Okay, thank you.
That's okay. Hope I've helped you. So
yes,
thank you. So so we're going through these tough times. I think we're all going through these tough times in different ways, and people's stories in their lives are different. But there can be some similarities, and I think it's very important to support each other going through these tough times that we are. And I hope we all have a wonderful Easter. I'm in Australia, so at the moment we're in Good Friday. It's like one thing going on 1:30 here p.m. So we get the day off. We get a 4-day weekend here. I am working tomorrow, but typically we get 4 days off at Easter. So I'm very lucky in that way. But I hope you all have a really good Easter. Be kind to yourself. Take a break. Have some chocolate or have hot cross buns, or have something that, treat yourself a little bit. If you feel guilty, go for a walk. That's what I'm doing. I'm going to go for a walk soon myself, just to go with the chocolate or the hot cross buns that I had before. And if you want to contact me for a reading, you can. My website is Lady D Psychic Parties, along with my Facebook page, Lady D Psychic Parties. My Instagram is Lady D Psychic, the same my TikTok, and my YouTube channel is Lady D. If you can't find that, look for Danielle Psychic. I do weekly videos there. And I hope you all, as I said, have a happy Easter, safe Easter, and safe travels if you're going away. And I'll be back same time, same place next week. So bye for now.